Thank you. Well, thanks a lot for having me. Very happy to be here. We have a very, very active community of Evernote users here in Sweden. Thank you so much. And I'm here to share some thoughts about how we are building the 100-year startup. Well, what is the 100-year startup? There are two important aspects here. The 100-year means that there is no exit strategy. We are not here to get rich and then retire, live happily forever after on an island. It's because we want to make a difference. And the second important aspect is being a startup. And it's not easy as you grow, as you're adding a lot of people, a lot of users. Keeping the startup feeling is a challenge. We have just recently reached 90 million users worldwide, and we are so humbled and happy. It's been an incredible adventure, considering the fact that most of our users have come to Evernote via word of mouth. We haven't invested in sophisticated marketing or communications. It's been really people telling other people that Evernote is great, they should use it. It makes a difference. So the 100-year startup idea is still at the very beginning, because we have just celebrated our 5th anniversary last year. So we are 5% along the way. This is us. We are 5 years old. And it's been an amazing adventure so far. We've learned so much. And hopefully, there are many, many good things waiting for us in at least the 95 years to come. So if we are to speak about our success factors, I think the most important thing is the fact that we are on a mission. Our mission is to make the world smarter. As our CEO beautifully puts it, our mission is to become the Nike of your brain. We believe that when you have to manage all the impressive amount of information around you, there must be an easy way, there must be a smarter way for you to deal with that, so that you can elegantly surf through the day and have whatever information is important to you on whatever device you're using whenever you need it. The second important success factor is all about the no zero-sum game. We basically do not believe in competition. And this is not in an arrogant way. This is based on the idea that in order for us to win, somebody else doesn't have to lose. We don't believe that life is like a, sportive game. We see life more as playing in an orchestra, where you may have, different people playing the same instruments, and together they come up with something truly amazing. A lot of people ask us, okay, but how about your competitors, Microsoft and Apple and Amazon and so on and so forth? And then we go back and we say, but hey, look at our partners. They are Apple and Microsoft and Amazon. And this philosophy of life allowed us also to establish some really amazing partnerships with big brands, iconic brands, like Moleskine and Post-it, when we have launched recently the Evernote Market, and probably you have seen, we have developed some really, really cool products that are available under the Evernote umbrella. So again, it's really, really all about collaboration. The third important factor is related to our vision that there is no longer such a thing as life and work balance. It's all about life and work integration, especially with the technology we have today. We are connected almost all the time. And also the way our mind works. Our mind doesn't think business from 9 to 5 and then we'll take care of the rest. So it should be really, really easy for you to kind of switch between your business and your private life really easily. And who said that you shouldn't have fun at work? And actually, this is really important because we see this as a trend emerging, and it's going to be more and more important. Probably in 5 years from now, we will no longer talk about B2B and B2C. It's going to be more like B2A, business to all. Because when we are at work, we shouldn't be punished. Why should we use lousy devices and some horrible technology? And then you go back home to your super Retina iPad. It shouldn't be like this. People expect when at work to have fun, to use amazing technology. And I think in 5 years from now, we'll see a massive change in this direction. When it comes to business model innovation, our business model is really evolving around love. As I was mentioning before, it's really love coming from our users, people telling other people that Evernote is great. And we've started with a free basic version of Evernote that people absolutely loved, adding then premium. And we didn't push anybody to upgrade, but people fall in love with Evernote. And the longer they use it, the more it becomes obvious for them that they want to upgrade and they want to use also the premium version. And afterwards, we have also launched Evernote Business. And the idea with Business was based on the fact that 2/3 of our users, we've seen they were using Evernote at work. So it became only natural for us to add specific features that allow them to be smarter in a working environment. Two of these important features are related to knowledge discovery, because there's a lot of knowledge hidden inside every organization. Even if you're a small team, it is really impossible for you everything your colleagues know. So with Evernote Business, this becomes really easy. When you start searching for something, Evernote will show you not only your personal notes, whatever articles you've clipped, research, audio notes, and so on, but also your colleagues' notes. And suddenly, in a matter of seconds, you have access to an amazing amount of information. This influences, of course, the decision-making process. It makes you more effective, and it makes your business smarter. And after Business, we've added the Evernote Market. The idea behind it being that we believe also that it should be a bridge, we should build a bridge between the analog and the digital world. And it all started with Moleskine, and we've seen that many people still love using pen and paper, and the idea is not to kill paper. The idea is to make possible for those people using pen and paper to nevertheless have a possibility to store their notes in a digital format and access them from anywhere. We've had tremendous success with the Evernote Market, and we look forward to adding many other exciting products. And failure. Well, failure is a big topic, especially in Europe, where, as we know, it's a bit difficult. And for us, it's been always clear that failure is an opportunity. You should never give up. And Evernote started, 5 people, friends, coming together, having this idea. It was not even a new idea. And believing in themselves, believing that if they come up with something truly amazing, there's a high chance that millions and millions of people out there will like it too. So there's been no market research. We've really focused our energy into creating this amazing product. And failure, when it comes to failure, I think in Europe, I'm not sure whether it's the fear of failure or it's the fear of criticism. But whatever happens, I think you should believe in yourself, really believe in your ideas and keep going. And we are really happy to see that 90 million users today have trusted us, and we are where we are. So just to wrap up, I think any of you can create the next Evernote. Based on the slides you've seen before, it is really important to trust yourself, think big, and go for it. Thank you very much.
Perfect, thank you very much. Tell me a little bit about, it's a fascinating story, and you are very successful, and also very well at delivering a free service with a paid option, obviously. How is that working? How are you working to have such a good free version and still be able to to get the revenue that you need?
Well, this was our goal. The goal was to create a free version that is absolutely amazing for everybody to be able to store whatever information is important to them and access it on whatever device. Again, we have never been aggressive in our communication because we know that people don't like being sold to. And when I'm talking about the love business model, it's really when you start using Evernote, at first, this is what we see. Many people don't really know what to do with it because, you know, it's kind of empty, you don't really know, you have to take some time. It's like, oh, what can I do with it? And then you start with a note. And then you start adding maybe a first to-do list. Then you start adding maybe some articles you've clipped. And after some weeks, you realize, and you have this kind of wow moment when you realize exactly when I needed, I was able to have access to that information. And from that moment on, your life has changed and you cannot live without Evernote. And when you love the brand and you trust it, it comes only natural to upgrade.
So what do you get if you are a premium customer?
Well, if you're a premium customer, you get different features. You know, the possibility, for example, one of them would be search through PDFs, which is very, very useful. Of course, a larger quota per month. And presentation mode. I don't know if you have had a chance to check this out, but it's truly amazing because this was also a link to the idea of how can we make teams and people smarter, right? And whenever you're going into a meeting, if you have to take a lot of time to prepare presentations and so on, it's kind of stupid, right? So why not select whatever notes from Evernote you want to present and click one button and then Evernote will do the rest for you. So you can just basically step in the meeting, click one button, and there you go.
So you're focused very much on the individual user and not the corporations that they're working for, right?
It's both, actually, because again, we've noticed, interestingly enough, that many of our users were using Evernote at business, in a business environment, you know, so this motivated us to come up with Evernote Business. And with business, you have the advantage that there is an administrator, right? What you would like to avoid is whenever somebody is leaving the company that they take the knowledge with them, which is happening if they are basic Evernote users. Using Evernote Business as a team allows you then to also manage different tags and also have these related notes inside the company, which are really powerful. Plus, if you're even a bigger company, it will indicate whoever may know about a specific topic. So it's the expertise search, which is also very interesting.
Could you share with us how you're doing financially?
We are doing good. So we are in a lucky position not to worry about financials. You know, we had investors, as you know, it's well known that we are valuated. It's kind of really all over the place. So we are really lucky not to have to worry about finance, and this allows us to focus on
Does that mean that you're not profitable at the moment?
We are going towards profitability.
Okay.
And this allows us, again, to focus on what is really important, on making Evernote really, really great.
Right. Any questions from Twitter, Miriam?
You took for granted that everyone knew, or everyone knows that what Evernote is. So someone tweeted about that and said it was either cocky or brave.
Evernote is your second brain. I think this is the shortest description you can have. Evernote is an amazing tool that allows you, again, to store whatever information is important to you, use it on whatever device, whenever you want.
Any questions from the audience over? No? Not much? Do you mind sharing, is there a Swedish connection between Evernote and,
yes, there is.
Sweden?
Yes, and it's a very interesting story. A couple of years ago, we were actually really, really close to shutting down the company. And this goes back to, failure and keep going and trusting and really believing in your ideas and so on and so forth, so never stop. And the legend has it, our CEO, it was really late in the evening, and our CEO was in front of his computer, mentally preparing then to go next day to announce to everybody that, listen guys, such is life. I mean, we have to shut everything down. Just, this is how it is. And it was really sad. And at one point in time, he is getting an email from a Swedish guy. And the Swedish guy says, oh, I absolutely love Evernote. Evernote has completely changed my life. And our CEO thought, well, you know, it's kind of a nice thought now that we are shutting down. It's nice to see. Thank you so much. And it turned out that actually the Swedish guy was an investor, and he then offered to invest in Evernote. And this is where we had a turnaround, and we can restart. And this is also, you know, thanks to him that we are where we are today.
Wow.
So this is the Swedish connection.
Isn't that an amazing story? And no one knows who it is, or I guess some people know who it is, but is that a secret?
I would not be able to share his name.
But it's so there's some sort of gratitude for that Swedish guy, and maybe the Swedish environment means something.
Absolutely, and not only that, but you know, we've had amazing feedback coming from Sweden in terms of features to add, people using Evernote, and it's really amazing always to come here and talk to our users. It's really incredible.
Perfect.
It's very useful.
And we'll try to use Twitter as our channel for questions. So unless there is anything else, no.
No, Can I ask a question?
Sure, please do.
How do you look at companies and using the service? I know that you created company accounts some years back.
How many corporate accounts do you have?
Yes, corporate accounts.
Well, there are, to be honest, you know, in Europe, I think 20% of our overall businesses are in Europe, and we are growing every day. I think more than the number, what is really important is the adoption, you know, because what we've seen is, okay, you have the really hardcore Evernote users, and it seems kind of natural for them to bring Evernote inside the companies and try to convince everybody that, hey, we must use this tool. But more and more we are seeing something really interesting. We see really big companies, really big brands coming to us and saying, hey, we've heard about this, we would like to try it. And then they will not start using it, you know, for all team members, but normally it will start as a pilot project or for a specific team, and then it will grow inside, which is really interesting to see. And this goes back to the fact that, you know, I think more and more companies realize that they need to provide their workforce with really great technology.
So just a few of these companies will get a second brain. The other one will just keep up with the first one. Okay? Right, perfect. So thank you very much for coming. It was a pleasure to have you here. And you will
Thanks everybody. Have a nice day. Enjoy the event.
Big hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.